Hi, this is Faith, and you are watching The Faith Factor. Holla. All right, everybody, what's up? You are watching The Faith Factor, and I have a really good show for you guys today. Good topic. I was listening in on quite a few live streams. Let me go ahead and get myself set up here. Looks like everything on StreamYard wants to go slow. Let me get my music going for you guys. But I was listening to Chrissy, I was listening to Paris Milan, I was listening to some of the divestors, and there's a hot argument going on, within all of those sectors. Hey, I'm just here to listen. I'm not part of that shit. And besides, whenever I try to chime in, people want to, they want to snap on Faith. Oh, Faith, you're talking too much, you're chatting too much. So, Faith gonna sit her old Generation X ass down over here in the corner and laugh at the rest of y'all. Because, woo, baby. So I was listening in particular to two of my favorite YouTubers, and that would be Chrissy and Paris Milan. I love their show. I love a lot of what they have to say. Those women are zesty, feisty. They pretty much stand for something. They pretty much, say what they mean what you say type gals. But here lately, just here recently, both of them were just kind of going in kind of hard on the older women, especially the Generation X, because both of them, I believe, they're millennials. They're both older millennials at that. So they're saying, you old bitter women this, you old bitter women that. Paris, she been going on a tiny, a mini tirade about the old bitter women and all this type of stuff. And so I was listening to both of them because I had been listening to Chrissy for about a good 6 years. And I've been listening to Paris for about as long as I've been listening to Chrissy. And see, I'm 46, so I'm a Generation Xer all the way. Generation X all the way to my heart, okay? And proud of it. Now, there's about 15 years between each generation. And guys, let me know if there's something wrong with my audio, by the way. I always have to put that out there. Don't have me on here and there's an echo and I'm, repeating myself and the sound quality isn't great. I can do things to improve the sound quality if you tell me. But getting back to the Generation X and all the generations, there's 15 years between each generation. So as Chrissy and Paris are in their mid-30s, and they're calling Generation X women, because I'm Generation X, I'm 46. So I'm about 10 years apart from them, maybe 7. And they're calling us old. And so I was over at Divested Zealots page, and I want to just go ahead and share a comment if I can, because it was so funny to me. But it seems to me that Gen Z is basically giving pushback to Generation Y. They're basically saying, hey, you guys are old to us. And I told Paris, and I don't know if she saw my little comment in the wave of comments that she gets when she was going in on Generation X. I said, hey, you shouldn't, talk about age and all of that because it's divisive. And you're going to start separating the women by age. And we're already having a hard enough time with colorism and things like who's pretty and who's not, and featureism. Now you're going to add another layer of separation. I said that, got ignored. I said it in Chrissy's chat, got ignored. So I'm not saying that they intentionally ignored it, but it was just kind of like the comment got, slept over. That is until someone who is young, who is actually part of Generation Z, stepped in and they had their statement. And I'm going to go ahead and share the screen and read the statement to you guys because I don't want anyone saying that I misconstrued what anybody said. So let me go ahead and do that deed real quick. Because, you know, I said this day would come. I warned Generation Y, especially the older women who are getting ready to go over into their 40s. Hey, if you're past 35, you're going to be considered old to somebody. So here's the comment here. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. Right here is a young woman by the name of Ann Walker Ramirez. And she pretty much goes on to post this. She says, I wanted to say something on the old situation. I don't get how that person, and she's either, you know, referring to Chrissy or Paris, as they're the only two that been going around making these comments about old women. I don't know how that person, I don't get how that person didn't know they were old. Like, how do you know? How do you throw stones that's someone for being old when you could be called old too? And that's what I have been trying to tell both Paris and Chrissy. You two been on here a while. Y'all are beginning to age out of the I'm young thing. You're going to be old to somebody too. So anyway, I'm going to go on to read. That's the thing about millennials. They want so badly to still be young. And I find this to be true. And some Generation X women too. They try to hold on to their youth by living vicariously through younger women, by hanging around and trying to, you know, make it seem as if they're on the same level with young women. I see it all the time. But let me continue. They try and include themselves with the Generation Z and all this nonsense when they are and have had, when they are, wait a minute, hold on, how's this reading? When they are and their time has passed. I don't understand that sentence, but I'll just read it how she wrote it so there can be no misunderstanding. They are no longer young. I think that this projection, because she's mad her time has passed as a young woman. That's the thing with a lot of millennials. They want to be on Generation Z and try to include themselves with post-millennials, but they just aren't it. They came of age over 20 years ago. How are you the same as someone who came of age within the last 10 years? Doesn't make any damn sense. Stop trying to pull it. Stop trying to pull it, point the finger at other people being old when you weren't young yourself. That was the crazy part of it. And talking about jealousy or bitterness, that's her expertise. And so I'm going to stop sharing and leave it at that, because this young woman said what I've been saying like for freaking ever. Let me stop the music. I've been saying this for freaking ever. Yes, I have. I have been telling the millennials back when they were calling me old 6 years ago. I said, see, be careful, young ladies, of calling women who aren't that much older than you old, because soon your time will come and then the generation under you will do the same. And when I said that, they scoffed at me, they laughed at me, and guess what? Now the chickens have come home to roost. And now the older millennial women who shat on the Generation X women who were just 5 and 6 years older than them, they shat on us, and now they're being shatted on. And I knew it was going to come to pass. I knew it. This is why I say, in general, ladies, be careful about using the same talking points and rhetoric as some of these men. Because when you do so, you are making a distinct separation between women that is unnecessary. And so now these women, and see, I don't feel bad. I'm just like, even though I like Chrissy, and even though I like Paris Milan's content, and I with emphasis on the content, because the women themselves, they, Chrissy's a little highfalutin, and so is Paris. They're kind of how can I say? There's confidence, and then there's just being straight up annoying with the confidence. I forget what you call it. Arrogance. That's what it is. Arrogance. They come off as extremely arrogant, which is a complete turnoff is for me liking them as people, but I do like their content. And so I don't feel bad for them because they have attacked Generation X, the older Generation X, in the same manner in which they're being attacked now. And I told them it would happen to them. Anyone, if you are, and also Generation Z, while y'all sitting up here going in on Generation Y, and you guys are like older Generation Z, your time is going to come soon too. Shit rolls downhill. See, time waits for nobody. We all gonna get old. So while you're wagging the finger in this woman's face, oh, you old, you bitter. Next thing you know, there's going to be somebody younger than you saying, no, bitch, you old and you bitter. And see, this is what's happening. Shit is rolling downhill. I knew the day would come that this was going to happen. Because I have maintained the entire time that women, especially Black women, we don't really like each other. We don't care very much for each other at all. We're very fake towards one another. And it is sad. But let me go ahead and take a minute to welcome the people that are here. I wanted to say shout out to Latasha Stanfield. She says, I don't give a damn because I'm Generation X, born 1974. Shatira says, Faith, what's up? Shout out. And Ken Had coming in with, do these women think they are aging backwards? Ken Had, I don't know. I do not know. But they are funny. Look, I have never ever tried to compare myself to a younger woman. I stay in my lane and in my place as the age that I am. I'm not out there trying to compete with my daughters who are in Generation Z. That, I had my time. Now they're having their time. I don't try to compete with Generation Y. Hey, I had my time and they're having their time. And boy, are the older Generation Y women really having their time. PMT's in the house. He says, give all the old hags to him. BMT wants all the old hags. I can't with the millennials though. The millennials are the most self-centered generation I've ever experienced in my life. If you've ever dealt with a millennial, they will tell you in a heartbeat, they don't give no about nothing. It's all about what they want. They pursue their goals. I would have to take my hat off to the millennials. The millennials are the ones that are out here doing it, creating these businesses. They're out here doing that. And that's because they do have more of a go-getter attitude, and they are selfish as hell. Generation Generation Y is the me generation. And so it does not surprise me when Chrissy and Paris get online and they're very arrogant and obnoxious, calling other people old, and they're in their mid 30s. Very obnoxious. What's up, Misunderstood in the house? I love your content, by the way. I am a fan. Shout out to Misunderstood. Rochelle Goulbarn, thank you so much for stopping through. So the question here is, why is it that Generation Y doesn't know the older Generation Y? I'm not talking about middle Generation Y. Why is it that they don't know that they are getting old? Why is that? I knew everybody who's listening to me, at what age did you know? I'm talking about Generation X. If Generation X is in here, or if you're 35 and up, at what age did you know that you were beginning to get old? Anybody, just put it down there in the chat. Because see, for me, I started feeling aches and pains and knowing that I couldn't do certain things that I did back when I was in my 20s. It started at 35. Yeah, can't hide. Hold up, honey. Yes, 35. That's when I started to feel different. Shatira says it started when she was 40. Can't hide. You're 38 now, so you are an older millennial. When you hit 35, that's when shit starts to go downhill. And that's when you're inching towards middle age. Actually, 40 is middle age. You're actually still young. Between the ages of 20 and 39, you are still young. So can't hide. You still got a couple more years before you hit middle age. 40 is middle age. Between the ages of 40 and 59, you are middle age. 60 is old. So I want to give a definition of what is actually old. Because there's a lot of people assigning old to people that haven't made it there yet. 20 to 39, you're still young. 40 to 59, middle age. 60 and up, you're old. Misunderstood said that she started feeling it at age 32, that she was getting older. Yeah, so you can't sit up here and try to fake the funk at 35 that you're in the same boat as a 25-year-old. Oh, all of us are all the same. The Gen Ys and the Gen Zs, we're all the same. No, you're not. Not if you're an older millennial. Older millennials actually have more in common with the younger Gen X. Tanya Sweet says she'll be 50 this year. Hold on, Tanya Sweet, you look like you're like, 29, 30. Looking at your avatar, you really, girl, what is your beauty secrets? You're aging well. And if that's a recent picture, hats off to you, sis. Black did not crack in your case at all. Michelle says she's feeling it now at age 39. Yeah, that's about right. What's up, Koja? Koja says they're born on the cusp. But you guys, ladies, I don't want you guys to do what Chrissy and Paris are doing. I think that what they're doing is very dangerous. I understand that they're trying to make a point about older women and being bitter, but At the same time, bitterness isn't an age thing. I think that if a person has certain experiences and then those experiences have not been good ones, then that person is going to have a bad memory about that experience. And there's going to be some bitterness and resentment about a bad experience. I don't know anybody that has had a bad experience and they turn around and say they're happy about a bad experience. And the older you are and the more that you live, there are going to be certain regrets that you have in life about certain decisions that you wished that you could have made or something that you wish that you could have changed. You live long enough and you will have regrets. So with age will come some bitterness about certain things that were kind of bad in your past, regrets about missed opportunities. That's natural. But we want to take something that's natural and we want to beat people over the head with it and demonize them for it. It is natural to make mistakes in life. And it is also natural to learn from those mistakes. And some of those mistakes are the very thing that make you the people that you are now, because you learned something. But you will have people that will want to wash your face over and over again with a mistake, or make you feel a certain kind of way because of a mistake. Now, there are different mistakes that each generation has made. The baby boomers, for example, I think that they made some mistakes and they did some horrible things to Generation X, but they were working at the time with the information that they had at the time. So while we can acknowledge that they made some mistakes, we can also acknowledge that they didn't have access to information that Generation X had afterwards. So it's always hardest to go first. And sometimes we will have to give each other some gracities. Generation X made some pretty bad mistakes towards Generation Y. But now, in the age of information, Generation Y has access to more information than Generation X had. Generation X was operating at the time off of the information that they were given and passed down from the baby boomer generation. So each generation is working with what information that they have and what resources they have to work with. So we have to give each other some gracities. Oh yeah, can't hide. I do. I know some 50 plus women that would definitely put some of these younger women to shame. Definitely. Angela Bassett is damn, I think she's going into her 60s. And she still looks damn good. But I also have to keep in mind that Angela Bassett, I don't think she ever had any children. So you can't compare her to the average woman. You really can't. She never became a mother, so keep that in mind as well. Tanya Sweat says she still get carded for liquor and nobody believes her about her age. I can believe that. Honey child, you look young as hell in that photograph. Oh yeah, J-Lo is another one. J-Lo looks damn good for her age too. Janet Jackson, I can't really say Janet Jackson isn't starting to crack. I mean, I love me some Janet Jackson too, but she's starting to look, a little, like her age. She's starting to crack a little. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hey ladies, everybody gets old. There's nothing wrong with aging. You're not going to be young all the time. At some point, you're going to start seeing the wrinkles, the laugh lines are going to start coming in. And guess what? Learn to embrace it. Learn to embrace it because it's inevitable. It's going to come. Be completely happy and comfortable in the skin that you're in at any age. And we should not be beating each other over the head as women about age. Absolutely. It's a beautiful thing. Very beautiful thing. But now I'm going to tell you something that isn't beautiful, though. Now, there are some things that women do to each other, especially to their daughters, and especially in the Black community, that I don't like. I don't like that in the Black community, a lot of mothers compete with their daughters. Not all, but I do know quite a few that do that. They try to still keep up with their daughters. They want to look young. You can't tell the mother from the daughter because the mother is out here wearing the same clothes and, generational fashions that their daughters are wearing because they don't want to get old. They have the what do you call it? Peter Pan syndrome. They don't want to grow up. They want to be kids with their kids. And when I see women like that, it's kind of cringy. There's still a way to be sexy. There's still a way to be trendy. And you're staying in your lane at your age. Let these kids have their trendy fashions. Let them do that. There's a lot of sweeping family secrets under rugs in this community. There's a lot of shunning of helping people get psychological help that they need. There are a lot of women who are jealous of their daughters and thinking that the men that they're bringing into the home are going to be wanting the young daughter that's in the home with them. So they in a hurry to push their kid out of the house before they're ready. Now I'm all for kids getting the hell out. I've got plenty of videos on that, but I'm also for parents preparing the children to get out on their own. But I do definitely think they should get out on their own, but not for the reason of you being jealous of your own daughter. And that's what I see a lot of. A lot of women will sit up and they will kick a young woman out with a child because her stinking ass boyfriend won't stop looking at her daughter's booty. And it never occurs to her that if your man is looking at your daughter, then maybe you don't need that son of a bitch to begin with. It never ever occurs to them that that should be the answer. But it's always, oh, it's time for you to get the hell out of my house. Tanya Sweat, I'm glad too, because there are a lot of women that are. And it's sad. Now, there is a clip that I wanted to play. And this is by another content creator. I want to give him his props. His name is Official King Jives. And he found this video clip of a young woman. And she's locked herself in the bathroom because her mother jumped on her and gave her a black eye when she told her mother that she had been being molested over the years by some of the men in the family and the men that she brought into the house. And you can hear the mother in the background yelling and screaming. And she's in the bathroom, having her breakdown. So I want you to pay attention to this young woman because this is how a lot of households are. Thank God that, a lot of the women that come over here aren't like this. But this is what a lot of women are facing. And see, we don't want to, shine light on our issues as women. We're quick to talk about the no good black men, but we don't work on ourselves. And I'm all about over here turning the mirror on ourselves and also showing us things that we need to work on. So if this is going to trigger anyone, I'm just going to tell you, this is a balanced channel. It's always been balanced over here. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen in just a moment and just let you take a gander at this video. Hold on a second. All right, here it is. I want to blow it up on the screen so you can see the full thing. And I'm going to play it from the time that the young lady runs into the bathroom. So let me know if there's an echo or anything, and I can adjust the volume. I'm going to go ahead and start turning my volume down now as I play it. Take it.
I'm so fucking irritated, bro. Never in my life will I ever deal with this shit again, bro. Never in my fucking life, bro. I'm so fucking irritated, bro. I will never deal with this shit again, bro. Don't come in this bathroom. Don't fucking come in this bathroom. Leave me the fuck alone. Literally, leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone, because if I go up there, I'm gonna fucking go to jail, because I'm gonna kill her, bro. And I'm not fucking playing, bro. I'm gonna fucking kill her. But let me tell y'all, this what my mama just fucking did to me. Because I just told her these niggas was raping me when I was younger. And she knew about it. So she did this whole ass shit to me. Because I brought it up to her fucking attention. That's why I'm so hurt in the inside. I brought it up. She started swinging on me because she know the fucking truth. This my own fucking mama just did to me. Because I told her she knew I got fucking molested, but what did she do? Nothing. She still talk to the niggas. She still do all that. I'm her. I'm telling her that shit. She gonna do this whole ass shit to me. So I gotta come in the fucking bathroom so I won't go to jail, bro. Because I'm about to lose all type of respect for her, bro. Because I'm hurting about that shit deep down inside. If somebody touch you when you a kid, not just one nigga, multiple niggas, if somebody touching you when you a kid, and you don't tell nobody, and then when you tell somebody, and all they do is attack you, that means she knew all this time, bro. I'm fucking hurt about it. And I'm fed to fuck up, bro. I'm fed to fuck up. I'm tired of going through the same shit with my mama. She's a drunk. She's a fucking, bro. My mama is, bro. Tired of going through the same shit with her, bro. Never again, bro. Never again. Tired of going through the same man shit. Bro, I'm trying to fucking leave, bro. I just don't want to go out there right now because she keep trying to attack me. I'm trying not to hit my own fucking mama, bro. But this shit, cause I fucking said the niggas was raping me, I would never, bro. I called the police. They pulled me up. They sent me the fucking voicemail, bro. They sent me the fucking voicemail, bro. Because I was trying to call the police. Because I'm not about to keep dealing with this shit.
Okay, now do you guys hear the noise in the background? And please let me know what the quality of the audio is. Can you all hear the yelling in the background? The person yelling in the background is her irate mother. Okay, that's her irate mother yelling in the background. And yes, Ken High, her mother is straight ill and just jacked up and completely wrong for this shit. Wrong. This young woman was hurt. She was abused. She was touched. And she didn't feel as if she can go to her own mother and tell her this. And she was right, because when she did finally open up and say what had been happening to her, her mother went off on her. Now, this is the older woman, younger woman dynamic that I dislike among our group. I dislike it because this is the story of so many young Black women. When you and see, to me, this young lady looks like she's maybe in her teens, but we look so young. She could be in her late teens, early 20s. And she's trying to be respectful. She says, I don't want to do anything to my own mom. So this is a respectful young lady on top of it. So she ran and she locked herself up in the bathroom rather than to go toe to toe with her ignorant ass mama. I can't stand bitches like her mama. I really can't. These are the type of bitches, these type of hoes that make you just want to on GP when you see them, fuck them up. So this young woman in the bathroom crying. And the only thing that she can do, her only outlet is her social media. And see, I don't get too angry with the young people when I see them kind of acting out on social media. Thank you, Misunderstood. She says the audio is great. Thank you. When I see young people acting out on social media, that's a sign that is either they want attention or they're not able to talk to anyone close to them. So the people on social media, a lot of times, is the only people that they can talk to. So I don't get too upset when I see young people reaching out on social media. Because we're not all lucky to have parents that we can just go to and tell them what's on our mind and communicate with them and keep our business to ourselves within the family, and the family work it out with you because you have loving people who are helping you to work things out. This young lady don't have nobody helping her to work out nothing. So this is the reason why, if any of the older people, if you wonder why a lot of younger people take to social media with their problems, look at this young woman's situation and there is your answer. But I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit more.
For you to fucking put your hands on me, because I tell you, some niggas raped me when I was younger than I just was. All of them, and you fucking knew about it, and you fucking do this in my own fucking mama. Bro, never again. Bro, all I want to do is come get my son. I came back to get my son. I think my mama drinking. I'm like, okay, it's the same old shit. So my mama was like, fuck this, everybody said that we need to talk about our problems. So I'm talking about my problems. I'm trying to tell my mama I'm fucking hurt and inside, and I'm dead. And I tell her what the fuck happened to me when I was younger, and then she keeps talking to these certain niggas that text me, and then she can't say what I know. You know to me, you know, she don't fucking attack me. No, bro, stand the fuck up, bro. And she fucking do this shit to me. I can't, bro. Bro, she fucked my shit up, bro. Pull my hair and everything, bro. I'm so fucking mad. And she was like, sorry. She was like, all she gonna say, oh, she was drunk. So she don't remember it. That's what she's gonna say, bro. Bro. I'm still like a fucking dad, bro. I'm gonna fucking dad because I don't want to walk there. Because if I walk there, she finds me again. I'm gonna lose respect for my own fucking mama. I'm not tolerating this shit. I've been tolerating it for too long. Her drunkenness, her abusiveness. Don't nobody know my real fucking mama. And if you love me, you know I can grow up to this bitch. Because that's what she is. I did not grow up with her. Bro, I did not fucking grow up with her. And that's the reason why she was fucking abusive. What are you talking about? The same nigga that fucking touched me when I was younger, the same nigga she fucking talked to. And then she gonna try to say, oh, it's time to get locked up. But it didn't work. What you mean trying to get locked up and still fucking them? What you mean your own fucking daughter telling you to head abuser and you gonna do this shit? You do this shit. You do this shit, right? Right. And then you want to fuck up in the head and want to defend. Bro.
Right. So she pretty much just said it. So she has a child, and she's kind of messed up herself, and she's trying to get it out. She's trying to tell her mother of the hurt that she experienced. And her mother, this selfish, self-serving, penis over everything, shout out to Cluster B, bitch, she decides that she can't handle the truths, the truths that this young woman is laying down at her feet. Diamonds and Pearls says, as a mother, your children's safety should come before your personal desires and love life. This is so sad. It is. She didn't have anybody to go to. So this young woman is on social media. And this is why I say I don't ever, ever get upset when I see the young people lashing out on social media. And I'm not talking about no old person, but I'm talking about young people. Because a lot of these young people got some hurt. They got a whole lot of hurt that they've been holding in. And so I don't get angry when they lash out on social media, because they got to let it out to somebody. And I would rather they do it any kind of way they can than another alternative. I would rather they do that than a different alternative. Tanya Sweat says, I pray that baby get the help she needs. That mother needs a can and bag butt whooping. Exactly. She need an old-fashioned stump down. And she's in the background wailing and yelling and crying and carrying on at this young woman that just wanted to open up to her, because she's the only mother she's got. Who else is she going to open up to? And she looked to this woman to protect her, and she didn't, because she was probably too drunk. Ken Hayes says she needs a good old-fashioned Brooklyn beat down or Chi-Town stomping. It can happen both ways. So how is it that you can have such a hate and a disdain for your own child, that you can have such a disconnect with your own child that you carried in your body for 9 months? This child relied on you as a lifeline for 9 months for their nourishment, for their love. And when you brought them into the world, they relied on you for also the outside world nourishment and love that you could give them, and protection. They look to you for everything. As a mother, you are your child's world. I just don't understand where the disconnect happens. As a mother, I could never have that disconnect from my child. Never. Can't hide is, you're right. Young Black women and women in general catch hell. And this is the type of young woman, by the way, that would be taken advantage of and preyed upon by older men. Because she's looking for somebody to protect her. She's looking for somebody to love her. And some old nigga is going to recognize all the things that she's not getting, and he's going to give her a manufactured version of it, but he's going to make her his slave. And by this woman not offering that protection on the first level as a mother, and by there not being a father there, this young woman was open to all kinds of attacks. Diamonds and Pearls said, "This is so sad. It's not that serious to have a man in your life. Don't trade the safety of your family for a pair of." I'm pissed looking at this. I am too. I am too. Now, I said that I was going to make this an open panel tonight. I really don't do open panels anymore, but I'm going to open up the panel to anybody that wants to come in. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. And we want to chat about it. If you want to chat about the topic, which is the ages of the different millennials. And actually, I am going to share my screen one more time because I do want to put up the different time frames. From my Google search. Always takes me a little bit longer because I got this small screen. But if you see here, from 1997 to 2012, if you were born between the years of 1997 and 2012, then you are Generation Z. That means you are age 10 to 25. The Millennials, if you were born between 1981 and 1996, you're 26 to 41. So a millennial can be as old as 41. Okay, and this is as of this year, 2022. So like I said, you older millennials wagging your finger at me, and I'm 46. I'm just 5 years older than a older millennial. So please, okay, you older millennials, please have several seats. Generation X, that's 1965 to 1980. I was born in 76. So I'm right there somewhere in the middle. Kevin Samuels is an older Generation X. So the Generation Xers are between the ages of 42 and 57 as of 2022. And then we have the baby boomers. The baby boomers are anyone who were born between 1955 and 1964. And we have about 9 more rows here. Let me see if I can. So we got boomers 2, and then we got boomers 1. So the boomers are actually 2 generations put together. They got the first generation of the boomers, which is anyone born between 1946 and 1954. Okay, that's anyone 68 to 76. And I believe that they're nicknamed the silent generation. And then we have the boomers, the second generation of the baby boomers, which is 1955 to 1964. Anyone 58 to 67. Then you have post-war and World War II, but you know, that's going into your great grandparents. But these are the people that are alive and kicking and, you know, stirring up trouble now. The boomers, first generation boomers, second generation boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z. We're the ones out here kicking up all the steam. So take a good look at that chart. There's about 15 years between each generation. And a lot of you will be surprised to know that some of you who have been calling Gen X, the younger generation of Gen X, I'm right there like in the middle of the younger generation of Gen X. Some of you older millennials calling The younger generation of Gen X old is laughable. It's laughable. So please stop. Paris, Milan, and Chrissy. Stop. Stop it. So let me go ahead and stop sharing. Oh, Shatira said that the silent generation would be the ones that they have listed as post-war. Okay. So if you didn't know where you fall or where you fail in the generation chart, now you know. Now you know. The man that I'm dating now, he's a millennial, but he's an older millennial. So there's not a whole lot of age difference between me and him. So let that sink in. I'm a younger generation Xer and he's an older millennial. And there isn't much difference between he and I. So it's just kind of a slap in the face for somebody who's no more than about 5 or 6 years younger than me to call me old. Which now the shoe is on the other foot, and Paris and Chrissy are now having the very generation Z who they're trying to snuggle up against and be in the zone with them. Their generation Z is now rejecting you. See how shit roll downhill. Ken High said, I'm gonna go get my old ass a beer. You know what? I haven't had a beer in a long time. That's a good idea, Ken High. What kind of beer you drink? I like a nice Belgian beer. I like that what do you call it? That Blue Moon, that Belgian beer. And I like a few IPAs too. I like the deep chocolate tasting beer. I forget the name of it, but a good IPA, the chocolate tasting IPA. I like that type of beer, and a good apple cider beer as well. I like those Angry Orchards. Oh, you said you like Yungling Lager, Amber Lager, and Guinness Stout. You like stout beer? I can't take a stout. I really can't. You haven't had a beer in a while. I think it's been about a good 6 months. Yeah, for the most part, I'm more of a wine drinker. I like to sip, and I don't really even sip on wine that often. I'm a wine sipper. I am a cigar smoker right now. I don't have access to my Cubans because those jokers are just too hella expensive. I can't afford it now. Inflation is kicking my ass. So now I have downgraded to the Romeo and Juliets. And those are pretty nice, by the way. I like the Romeo and Juliet cigar. So I have a nice Romeo and Juliet and a nice little red wine. But I don't like the wine to be too sweet. I like a what do you call it? Stella Rosa Black is my favorite. Yes, a nice cold beer. Tanya Sweat says she's with a wine, Jack, and Coke. Oh, so you a wine, Jack, and you know what? I like that Jack Daniel honey. I don't know if any of you ever had that, but that Jack Daniel honey is so smooth. Ooh, I love it. You know, I take a couple of shots of that. Now I can't take the regular Jack Daniel because hey, that'll put some hair on your chest. But that Jack Daniel honey is smooth. I love the taste of that. Ken Hines said inflation kind of cut off her weed funds. You know what? I didn't know that weed was they just made it legal in the state of Arizona at the beginning of this year. So I might try some. You know, I smoked a little weed back in the day. But now that it's legal in the state of Arizona, I think I might try a little bit. See what all the fuss is about. You weed smokers, I've never understood you weed smokers. Some of y'all will be coming online and I can see y'all are clearly high. Weed smokers don't give no fuck. Y'all come online high. Y'all go to court high. Y'all just don't care. So I just want to try it just to see why. Why do y'all not give a damn? That you know, if you got something that make you so laid back where you just don't give a fuck 24/7, I got to try that shit. Oh, Texas, they still haven't legalized weed, Tanya. Tanya said, as soon as they push the button, Tanya on the go. She said, oh, yeah, boy, I'm about to go ahead and call up the weed. Is there any such thing as the weed man now? I don't really hear people talking about the weed man anymore. Ken Had don't smoke that much. Yeah, right, Ken Had. Ken Had be coming to my live stream like, I don't, yeah, I wanna definitely give it a try and see what it's all about. You can't go to work smelling like weed and can't go out in public smelling like weed. Is it that strong of a smell? See, you guys, y'all got to give me some pointers. Give me some pointers about the weed. As I drop the link again, I'm gonna drop it one more time. And if nobody comes up, well, y'all have just made this so hella easy for me. I like it when I get an easy screen where I could just come in and talk for an hour and then just bid everybody adieu. Yeah, from what I remember, and this is a long time ago when I was smoking weed. From what I remember, it did nothing for me. As a matter of fact, it takes me a long time to get drunk. I think I just naturally have a high tolerance for things. I think I do, because I remember one time I went to some lady house and I really think she tried to lace my drink. She tried to lace my drink, or she was trying to get me drunk. I don't know what she was trying, what she thought she was trying to do, but I'm the type of person, it's real hard to get me drunk. You definitely have to use an elephant tranquilizer on my ass, because I'm not going down. Ken Has says it's strong. If you try it, make sure you don't have anywhere to go. It's like that? Damn. I don't know now. See, for me, I need an elephant tranquilizer just to get a buzz. But you say it's strong, so I'm gonna try it one of these days. One of these days when I get out of work and see. I don't think there's a weed man anymore. I think you guys don't have the weed man anymore. See, back in my day, me and my friends, we were in college. My friend Danette, she had a weed man, so we all went to her weed man. But now, I mention a weed man, and people look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm old, antiquated, all archaic. They look at me like, weed man. Who go to the weed man anymore? Ken Has said we still had the weed man. Where you at, Ken Has? You in Brooklyn? They don't have a weed man out here in Arizona. I mentioned the weed man out here. They look at me like I'm crazy. Oh, they call them plugs now. Wow. I am so out of touch. So now if I go to the weed man, if I find the weed man out here in Arizona, I have to tell him that I want a plug. And how much do I get in a plug? Y'all in these terminologies. Ken Has says she love a good spiff every now and then. What's a spliff? What the hell? Y'all just sitting up here. A spliff. Plugs, spliffs. You know, by the time I get to the weed, man, I'm gonna be confused. No, out here they got dispensaries. Out here in Arizona and California and Vegas, they have the dispensaries. I haven't run into any weed men. Hell, I might not even know them if I see them. Oh, you got that term from your husband, Tanya? Plug. All right, so I'm an hour into the stream. It was great hanging out with you all as per usual. I enjoyed the conversation and I hope that you guys enjoyed the information and the content that I provided for you tonight. Please don't forget to share the content so that we can have more people getting involved in these conversations. But with that, I'm going to leave you with peace. I'm out of here.